Alright, so where do I start? Single mum, living in her family. Young single mum. My mum was 18 when I was born. And at the time, she lived with two sisters and a brother, my granddad, and my nan. 2 months after I was born, and my mum was the oldest sibling. 2 months after I was born, my nan, my mum's mum, so my mum still being 18 years of age, lost her mum to a heart attack. So R.I.P. Nan. She named me, she gave me my government, and then 2 months later she passed away. R.I.P. So obviously, I don't know, like, you see where the book's called The Pain That Turned Into Power, like, that's a pain that I've never had to harness and turn into any. That's a whole different pain that even I don't get. You get me? So yeah, my mum and my aunties, my mum and her younger siblings, my aunties and my uncle, felt a pain from very young. I'm more than sure my youngest auntie was only 13 when my nan passed away. So this is the family dynamics that I've grown into, innit? Like, that I was born into, should I say. And yeah, like, from I was 2 years old, my mum went into the hostel system, ended up in a bed sitting Streatham, and then from there got moved to Kings Avenue, parallel to Brixton Hill. And yeah, obviously from then, my mum's out here trying to navigate life. What's that, 2 years down the line? So she's like 20. By the time we got the flat, she was probably about 21. Newborn, still fresh in the pain of losing her mum. And yeah, like, that's what I was born into. And then my mum moved from obviously Balham, where the family house is, to the hill, what we'll call it, the Ave, like, to the blocker, innit? So boom now, man's fast forwarded, like, I remember being in primary school. For whatever reason, my friend was a good friend of mine. He had family that was in the 28s, and he's telling me that in the playground, and I remember thinking that's the coolest I've ever heard. Like, I want to be a gangster. So me and him started running around primary school calling ourselves young baby 28s. I'd never met any gangster in my life. He just told me about it, and yeah, that's what it was. But from primary school we're talking. That's when I really wanted to be a gangster for some reason. I remember there was an older kid on my estate that used to go around. He gave me my first cigarette to smoke as well. And I used to go around him and talk about, yeah, like, I'm a baby 28. He used to tell me that he's a triad and tell me all these triads. Like, it was mad, but I'm a little 10-year-old. You get me, that 8 to 10-year-old, around them ages there, this is when this was appealing to me. Then year 7, went to secondary school. Another friend from my primary school was rolling with the people from my estate, the man them from the estate, and they was up at the top gate. A lot of them never even went to the school, but they used to come down and pocket check people and take phones and whatnot. And yeah, so I just see that, I thought, yes, this is my chance to really be around the gangsters and whatnot. I remember my bro at the time telling me, raw, they train us up, like, they're always rushing us and this and that, and it just sounded exciting to me, like I wanted to be trained up and whatnot. So yeah, boom, that was happening. Obviously I never had no big brothers, and I was kind of a bit eager to get into the gang, where it was all cool at the beginning. Done my first street robberies with them, whatnot, going to chill at the houses. Then they started to finesse me out of certain things, like this was back in the day. Most of us had decks and mixers and used to play vinyl and old school garage before the grime era, you get me? So I remember them telling me that the needle on the deck broke, and I broke it, so now I owe them money. One time, a friend of me back up, and he said to man, Rod, let me borrow your PlayStation. It's got a Time Crisis. If you remember the game Time Crisis, you got it at most of the arcades. I had the booter for that, and It was like, oh, let me borrow that. I never see it back. They're talking about, oh, about the money that you owe us. Imagine I'm a little 13-year-old youth at this age, at this time. And I'm telling my mum, Raj, yeah, I borrowed it to them, they ain't giving it back, sort of thing. They said I owe them money and this and that. Remember, I never had no big brothers to defend me against the gang. Yeah, I just wanted to be part of it so bad I didn't think about the repercussions of, you get me, how, didn't know how the streets are that people would turn on you. This was like my best friend at the time. So boom now, this is just me being very open booky about it, you get me? These times, all that's happened now. And of course, I'm still keeping up with my badness and whatnot. Even though I fed out with them, I still keep. They used to come to my school gates nearly every day and tell people to come get me to the gate. Where's their money? Now, what I can say is, these were the days where people used to get sent out. Sent out means, come, you're making some money for me. Go do that. Go that. And that never once happened to me with them. Not ever. They never once said, "Rah, come, you're making me some money and sending me out there." It was never that. But they just used to be like, "Rah, where's the money? Where's this? Where's that?" I said, "I ain't got it." It never escalated from that. But still, I realized that the man and my snakes, I can't really be around them. So I was just in my own little sections, but doing badness over there and doing the same thing that I learned to do when I was around them over there in that section there. You get me? So even down to the training up, I remember I used to, when my mum used to ground me, I never used to be allowed to play out of my block of flats, so I can take a ball into the hallway where the lift is on the third floor and all that, and do what I'm doing. So I used to make people, oh, come, make people come upstairs and play with them, and then start bracking them up, doing all sorts of like tortury things, like some I used to tell him take off his shoes and socks and slam the football on his toes when he's on the edge of the thing, and used to call it training. I remember a couple of the elders see him leaning out the window, me punching him up and run upstairs like, "Rah," laughing and that. "What you doing to?" I'm saying, "Rah, I'm training them up. This was my mentality, obviously, through this is what the elders used to do with us, sort of thing. So yeah, boom. Fast forwarding from that now. When I got to 14, all this grounded me. My mum took me up to Roundshore Estate, just past Croydon, Wallerton. You got Croydon, Wallerton. In between Wadden and Wallerton, you got Roundshore Estate, one of the biggest estates in the country, I'm sure it was at the time. Big high rises, decks leading to everything and whatnot. And my mum took me there for Easter one night and said, "Yeah, we're going up to see Auntie Kim." Went to chill with Auntie Kim, went out that night with my cousin and met up with a couple people, and I thought, what, this is lit over here. We're all running around doing what the fuck we want on this estate, and everyone knows everyone, sort of thing, so it's safe to do so as well. Like, we're just, yeah, outside. So I told my mum, let me stay for the week. That was probably the worst mistake for my mum, to let me actually stay that week, and I didn't want to leave. That's where I started running away and going up to, from them ages there at 14, and that my mum would be sending out missing search parties for me because I'm not coming back home. Do you get it? So boom now, that's happened. Running around doing all sorts of these lot, like all sorts, running up in shops, doing this, doing that, like it was just mayhem that whole time. And yeah, then obviously I started getting I remember there was a time where I was getting arrested so much and not actually catching charges. I was just getting bare NFAs when it was things like, I've done that about 4 times, how am I still getting an NFA? And then it started slapping me from when I hit 15, 16 times. The actual case is getting caught now. So I got slapped onto ISSP, youth offending team. I spent my whole mid to end of teenage years on ISSP. You're supposed to finish with it when you're 18, but I caught another case when I was 17, went jail for it when I was a minor, 17. They let me finish that sentence in that jail, and yeah, I came out, still had to do my license on youth offending team and whatnot, and ISSP with a tag on, and that's when I got back around my roots like that, you get me? Started like had a few more friends from the hill, met up a few more people. I remember my only real friends that I had around me that were from the block like that were the ones that snaked me when I was younger, innit? So it's a thing where I've gone back to the ends and I've met up with a few more faces from more up on New Park Road basically. Started chilling out a couple of cold D's around there and whatnot. And then yeah, give or take a few years, went jail, come out of jail, 19 years old, had a daughter, come out when I was 18. My mum kicked me out, basically. I went back to stay at my mum's house after jail, 18 years old. A month went past, and my brother Flea, R.I.P. Flea, you went to go robbing some youth for his hat on the bus, but I've just come out of jail for street robbery on a fucking on London transport. And so I'm telling him, bro, like, what you doing? Obviously I wouldn't be saying his name right now if he's passed away and that, you get me? And what you doing? I leave the you alone, bro, trying to get nicked for a hat, fam. What are you doing? You get me? He's taking a hat same way, got off the bus. I had a Streatham lot as well that I used to chill with. Big up the FLB ones. Big love to them. They were bros. You get me? I've got off the bus. Flea's dipped out. I've gone over the road. If you remember man's era, FLB, frontline bangers used to chill by opposite the ice rink at Morley's. So yeah, went over there. Feds come with the guy in the back, big black you as well, in the back, and he's pointing me out. So the feds have come and nicked me. The feds have gone to my mum's house to search for the hat, and no hat there because Flea took it, and man told them don't do that. So I got nicked. Man's in the fucking cells. No comment. Obviously showed on the CCTV that it weren't actually me that robbed him. All of these things, I got no further action, but you know what else I got? I got kicked out my mum's house because they went and searched my mum's house a month after I come out of jail. Man's already put my mum through all heap of trauma. But yeah, that was part one. You want to hear part two? Make sure you subscribe to the channel and go check it out. Yeah, I said it. Whoosh.